Hello, welcome to this tutorial on how to find primary sources in MGCCC's eLibrary Catalog Part 2. If you're just now joining us and you need to learn more about how to define a primary source, you may want to visit our Part 1 tutorial. So let's get started. How to find primary sources in the eLibrary catalog. There are several ways you can find primary sources in the catalog. So the first example is you can find primary sources by type. And here's a list of primary source type or types that you can find that you can type in the catalog. So we have correspondence, diaries, personal narratives, interviews, newspapers, sources, source books, travel, and early works. So depending on what type of primary source you are seeking, you can use this list as an example and use any one of these source types and just enter it in the eLibrary catalog. You can also combine it with keywords. So let's look at the example at the bottom. So here's some catalog search examples. So if you want to find any primary sources about Rome, you can type that in the catalog and then type the primary source type. So you could enter Rome and sources in the catalog, and the catalog will show you what type of primary sources we have. Or you can type enter the keyword India and enter the source type early works, and the catalog will show you what primary sources we have related to those two entries. You can also search by primary source title. So here's an example, the State Constitution of Mississippi. If you type in that title in the catalog, it'll show you where that primary source is located in the library. You can also search by author. So if you know of an important historical figure and you want to know if we have any of their writings in the library, you could put their name in the eLibrary catalog, and the catalog will show you what publications we have by that author. So I just want to acknowledge all the websites I visited for this PowerPoint presentation, and you are welcome to visit these websites to learn more about primary sources. So now let's go to our MGCCC eLibrary catalog to find primary sources. So I'm going to just close this out and then go to our mgccc.edu webpage. So if you go here, here's the URL. And once you're on this page, just click on MyGovCoast. Under the students header, click on library. Here's the library page. Just scroll down a little bit and click on the first link, MGCCC Online Library Catalog. So you should see this page here. You should see a search for box. And so this is where you'll enter all that information I just showed you in the PowerPoint presentation. So in the search for box, let's find primary sources by title. So we're going to type the Constitution of the State of Mississippi. Where it has library, we're going to leave it on all. In this way, the catalog is going to show you where this publication or this primary source is located, if it's located on all three campuses. So right here where it has title, since this is a title of a source, we're going to hit title. And as you can see here, we have two results. I'm just going to click on the second one. You can click on any one. So this is the item details page. So basically it breaks down information about the source, like the title, the author, the publisher, the publication date, the page numbers. And so you see that this publication is located on the Perkinston campus and on the Jackson County campus. You see here, this is the call number here. And the call number tells you where the book lives in the stacks. So you'll want to write down that call number and see your campus librarian if you need help finding the book in the stacks. Over to the far right where it has location stacks, that lets me know that this book is available to be checked out. Now say you're a JD student and you want this publication, you can have it delivered to you. Just see your campus librarian and they can put in a request to have this book shipped to you. Let's do a new search. And let's search by author. So say we want to find any primary sources written by an historical figure. So we're going to type in Frederick Douglass. You always want to type in their last name first, followed by a comma, and then their first name. Where it has author, click there. And as you can see, we do have his autobiography, The Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave. Here's the titles. Here are the titles here. On that second line, you see his name, Frederick Douglass. That's the author's line. And you see the call number. And so I'm going to click on the title. Here's the item details page. Again, it gives you the title, the author, the publisher, and the publication date. Now, I want to mention the publication date. You may see this and say, well, this was published in 2011. This book our autobiography was originally written, I believe, in around 1845. And so this book has been published and republished several times. The library just has this published version, the 2011 in its library. So if you see this, don't feel like this isn't a primary source. It is a primary source. If you're still not certain, again, look at the title and the author. Again, the date behind the author kind of gives you a suggestion that this is a primary source because of the time periods that they have displayed here in the catalog record. This is his birth date and his death date. Also, you can look at the overview here, or abstract that describes the book. And then you can also click on a look inside, and it gives you a summary, and this can help you to determine whether or not you want to check out this book. So read this. So this is important. So if you're still having a hard time, if you're feeling like this isn't a primary source, read the summary, and it gives you a description of what the publication is about. You can also click on a catalog record, and it basically just breaks down components of the book. So again, you see the author, the title, the edition, publication information, the contents of the book, and an abstract. So let's go to new search. Let's search for primary sources by source type and by keyword. So let's just put in China. So say if you're looking for primary sources on China, you want to type in the keyword China, and it's important that you type in and. And if you can remember a source type from that list I showed you in the PowerPoint presentation, I'm just going to type in early works and then hit words or phrase. Here are all the titles here. You could just peruse the list. I'm going to click on The Art of War. And again, this is the item details page. Here's the title. Here's the author. I'm just going to say his name, how most refer him to as Master of Sun. I don't want to mispronounce his name. You see the year here. And you see that publication date. Again, this is a primary source. And don't let the publication date make you think that this isn't a primary source or it was written in 1994. Again, this is just when this particular primary source has been published, and the version we have here in the library is 1994. So this publication was written sometime between 1771 to 476 BC. Okay. So then you have the abstract here. You see that this book is located on the Jackson County campus and the Jefferson Davis campus. Click on a look inside if you just want more information, or if you're just not certain this is a primary source. Click on summary, read it, and this can tell you whether or not it will fit within your research. Also click on a catalog record, and again it just breaks down information about the book. So you see the title, physical description, publication information, the contents. This one comes with an abstract and the subjects it covers. If you're still not certain, that this is a primary source, or it may not fit with your assignment or research, you may need to visit the library and see a campus librarian, have them to help you pull the book, and then just do a quick search about on the publication. So that's all what I have today. If you have any questions, see your campus librarian. You can check out 5 books for 3 weeks. You must have your student ID to check out any books. Thank you.